Alright guys, what's up? Teaspoon Miner here. Hope you're all having a great day, staying healthy. So I've been seeing a lot of questions on the Discord about how to do a one-click BIOS mod for your GPUs. So we're going to show you how to do that today. We're going to pull a copy of the BIOS from your cards using Hive, and then we will mod that BIOS pulled from Hive using Polaris BIOS Editor on a Windows machine, and then upload that modded BIOS back into Hive's online vBIOS storage, and then flash it back to the card. And you'll be able to see the before and after hash rates, and hopefully there's an improvement. I've got a couple of 580s on one of my rigs that are in the 28 to 29 mega hash range, and I'm hoping to be able to bump it up to 30 at least. So let's get started. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Hive, sign in, farm, and this is the rig that I want to tweak. You'll see that we've got 1, 2, 3 cards that are running 28.6, and I'd like to get those up to at least 29 or 30 if I can. So let's go to the Cards tab. And the Cards tab is a really good overview of all of your cards in your farm across all your rigs. It shows temperature, hash rate, fan speeds, your clock settings, wattage in Hive, the BIOS, your miner, and the coin, and the rig name, etc., your driver version, things like that. Really handy information just at a glance. And it refreshes, I think, every something like 10 seconds or something like that, which is handy. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to select the tick box for one of the cards that we're looking at. We're going to tick go to the 3 dots over here on the right. We're going to go download vBIOS, and what we want to do is I'm going to go save to the farm's vBIOS storage. Download. It's going to send the AMD download command to that rig for that particular card. And there we go. And what I can do is I can also actually click on this. This will actually let me download it directly, which is handy. But what we'll do is go over to vBIOS ROM storage, scroll to the very bottom, and there it is. GPU 0 from Worker Hagrid, RX 580, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this. Save it to my computer. And then I'm going to open it up on my Windows computer, and we'll look at modding it. Before we do that, we're going to go to the worker and take a look at the hash rates currently. So you'll see here the 580 cards, 1, 2, 3. These are all running at 28.67. And the 2 4 gig and 1 8 gig 470 cards are outpacing the 580s, even though the 470 cards have slightly lower clocks than the 580s. So anyways, hopefully we'll be able to change that. So let's go over to Windows. Alright, here we are in Windows. So I've got my ROM that I downloaded from Hive. And let's open up Polaris BIOS Editor. There we go. So we're going to go navigate to the BIOS, desktop, here's the BIOS, and literally all you have to do, it seems kind of ridiculous, but is just hit one-click patch timing. And some of these prompts, you'll get a couple of these prompts that'll come up. Some that'll say Samsung, some will say like Uber Mix, and a couple of others, things like that. I typically just say yes to most of them. So we're going to say yes. Samsung memory found. Okay. And then when it gets to the one where it says Buy Pro version, I just say no. And that's it. Timing is patched. So now we're going to go Save As. And in this same folder, I'm just going to click this name. And I think I'll just shorten this because I know that it's GPU 0. So 8 gig, 1 click mod. Save. There we go. Close out of this. And there's our modded ROM. Both the same size. Size looks about right. Typically, your ROMs for BIOSes are going to be anywhere from they'll typically be 256, 512, or 1024 in size. So just watch for that. But yeah, that all looks good. So let's take this back over to Hive. We'll upload it and then flash it back to our card. Alright, so here we are back in Hive. We're going to go back to Cards, BIOS ROM Storage. Scroll to the bottom. We're going to go Add VBIOS. Make sure it's selected to AMD. Choose File. Let's see, it's in Downloads. Let's go to Heavy ROMs. And here's our modded BIOS. Go Open. Name, this is Hagrid. Let's see, Hagrid. Here it is. So now, what we're going to do is we'll scroll back up. We're going to go Cards. Alright, so currently we've got 28.67 mega hash at 74 watts. So now let's go select VBIOS. Scroll to the bottom. Here's our BIOS, PV one-click mod, and I'm going to do reboot after flash. I typically, well, we can do that afterwards from the minor page. So we'll go select. I usually let the cards page reload one time just for kicks. There we go. Okay, so we've got this prepared. May not be necessary, but that's just me. Alright, so we're going to go select this to highlight or select the card that we want to flash. And we're going to go flash card. I'm actually going to go over to the rig and we can watch it. And there we go. ROM flashing OK. You can actually click on this and see exactly what went on. Shows you that it was successful, which is perfect. That's what we like. And now it just says reboot to complete. So we're going to go Power Actions, reboot. Okay, so again, we were at 28.66 mega hash at 74 watts, showing in Hive. Coming back up. Team Red thing. This usually takes a minute for it to kind of kick in, generate the DAG and all that. Okay, so again, we haven't modified our clocks at all. We've got it set to 1150 core, 850 on the voltage, 2200 on the memory with a AMD MemTweak reference of 20. Alright, so it just took a second to come back up. Had a little blip. Decided because of a Team Red Miner crash for GPU 0 that I would dial back the overclock a bit. So I took the memory from 2200 back to 2000, and those settings got applied. Let this do its ramp up and we'll see what we get. Alright, so far we've got 29.29, that's 75 watts, so the wattage shown in Hive stayed the same, and we've already got a bump of about 0.7 megahash roughly, and that's with that memory clock reduced. Let's try bumping the memory up to 2100. So now at 2100, looks like 29.2. Let's restart Team Red. Get it to pull that fresh full config from the start. Alright, 30.77 at 76. I like that. Let's try 2150. Okay, so it looks like we're about 30.62 at 76 watts. So we gained 1 watt in power consumption. It's obviously probably a little bit more than that, potentially at the wall, but we gained about just under 2 megahash on the card. So pretty straightforward. Thanks you guys for watching. So again, what we did today was downloaded the ROM of one of our cards in Hive, moved that over to Windows, used Polaris BIOS Editor to do a one-click BIOS mod, moved that modded BIOS back to Hive, uploaded it to the vBIOS storage, flashed it back to our card, rebooted, made a couple of tweaks to our overclocks, and we were able to gain about 2 megahash on the card performance with negligible increase in power consumption. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. When you subscribe, remember to ring the bell so that you get notified when we release future videos. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and mine on.